Hello again, everyone. This is going to be the final video for the Empath series. I may throw in a couple more randomly here and there, like some cleansing rituals or something of that sort. But I have to go through my book of shadows and find them, and that's probably going to take me a bit. So this one will end it, other than the occasional here and there video about it. I will be moving on to the animal abuse series after this one. So, shutting down as an empath. We all have empathy, but act varying degrees. With empathy, we are able to put ourselves in another's shoes, understand what is needed at any moment in time, and make informed decisions. Because empathy gives us the ability to know what others are thinking and feeling, it improves our decision-making process. However, there are times when the ego shuts down empathy due to empathy overload. This may only last a few seconds or much longer. This is necessary for us to do in order to manage the adrenaline that comes from overwhelming distress. The defense system manages this distress by disassociating from the overwhelm of the empathic feelings. It is usually immediate but temporary. It gives us the time needed to recognize solutions and take the appropriate action for the problem. This is needed because we are unable to make informed decisions when we are in a highly emotional state. Once we have a potential solution to the problem, we usually return to our natural empathetic style. When we are hurt and or in an argument with someone, we often shut down our empathy to manage the pain we are feeling, whether it is real or imagined. This is when we might say or do something that we will regret. Later, when our emotional states are no longer in overdrive, we can restore a sense of calm and apologize. In order for the species to survive, people will have some degree of empathy, even if it is a tiny amount. Someone with a small amount of empathy might use it to manipulate and take advantage of others to increase their chances of survival. Others with greater amounts of empathy might instead use their empathy to help others survive in addition to their own survival. Regardless of the level of empathy, we all need to be able to shut down our empathy at times in order to survive. If we did not have the ability to shut down our empathy, we would not survive as a species. This is seen as a biological imperative. Empathy shutdown can last a few seconds, or in extreme situations, last a lot longer depending on the intensity of the distress, the duration of the distress, and or what values one has been taught, or both. If we were in full empathic resonance with others at all times, we would never be able to kill to eat or to protect ourselves from life-threatening danger. For example, soldiers need to be trained to shut down their empathy in order to be able to defend us. They are taught to demonize the enemy and act with prejudice in order to survive going against the enemy. The empath with a high level of empathy has a greater capacity to understand the suffering of others. However, when one understands the suffering of others, they in return will suffer until they learn to manage their empathy and turn it into sympathy. Being hurt or seeing someone else hurt is extremely painful and upsetting for the empath with a moderate to high level of empathy. But even then, an empath with a higher level may shut down their emotions or the emotional empathy if they are repeatedly harmed or humiliated or need to protect someone else from the same. This type of wounding creates deep scars in the empath psyche, But with emotional support, this indifference can be healed and the innate caring and compassion of the empath may reemerge. Now, shutting down sometimes is involuntary, it just happens. Sometimes we just do it to protect ourselves from feeling or sensing what is going on in the world around us. You know, I know a lot of animal empaths will shut down. Like, they have full-on rituals on shutting down their empathy before they go out and protest to save animals. And this is needed because if they're in the rally line or protest line and they're all in tears and they're really feeling the cause, then they're not going to be able to yell and scream and get attention and protest in a manner that is fruitful for what they are trying to achieve. And also, I've noticed that a lot of the people that protest stuff like save the whales or save the dolphins, their emotions connect to the water, and the water surrounding what they are trying to save is overflowing, and they get like this huge abundance of tears, and it makes it really hard for them to continue the protest. So they actually go and ground and bury their feet in dirt or sit next to a tree or something that's going to ground them and relieve the effects of the water. So there is a lot of things that you can do to shut down your empathy when a shutdown is needed. But if you automatically shut down without trying, then you are seriously overwhelmed, and that is just your body protecting you. And you can easily come back out of the shutdown refreshed and energetic and just ready to go full force and achieve what needs to be achieved. Sometimes taking a hot shower or a bubble bath or smelling some incense or taking a walk at the park or anything like that would help you achieve the goal of coming out of a forced shutdown. So I will be including some videos, not today, not right now, but kind of just mixed up in and out of different series that I'm doing for the weeks on rituals or herbal baths or stuff like that will help you if you either need to cause a shutdown or you want to come out of a shutdown that your body forced on you. So this ends it with this part for the empaths. If there are any questions, you can comment them and I will answer to the best of my knowledge or do some research and find you an answer and do a video about it. So everybody stay safe, stay sane, and keep doing what you're doing. You're making a difference. Much love, everybody.